Today, we're adding some Regency elegance to our journals with this interactive hand fan pocket. It is the perfect way to hide a secret note behind a bit of lace. Welcome back to the Manor. I'm Sarah. For today's elegant craft study, I wanted to show you the secret to transforming a single sheet of paper from our butterfly ball collection into this delicate Regency fan. Let's head to the desk. So here's what you will need. You can use any type of scraps or any other printed cardstock paper. I'm using here the vertical pages from the background papers. You will need an awl or a micro punch, some brads, your glue, and a little triangle template. This triangle template here is 2 inches and 3 inches high. So for your triangle template, if you don't have already a triangle template from a thick cardboard, here's what you can do. I'm using here a very thick piece of packaging for my template, and so I simply measured 2 inches. Then I found the center, which is 1 inch in this case. And then I go up as high as I like. In this case, I went up 3 inches. 3 inches from the center, and then I make a line. And then I simply connect these lines here, like so. And then I simply cut that out. And that results in this little template. And then we want to use our paper, scrap paper, or here I'm using it from the kit. And you will need 6 triangles. And I like to align them in a way so I need to cut only once, one on the sides, on the adjacent sides. And since I'm going to make 3 different fans, I'm going to continue doing this for the other 2 sheets of paper. Then we simply cut them out. So I went ahead and I cut all of the triangles out of the 3 different papers, and I simply fanned them out, no pun intended. So I spread them out in a way so I know how to arrange them. The upper 2 here, of course, are very easy because they're very neutral, but this one here has a little bit of a design. So it does help to lay it out and to just see how you would like to arrange them, just to get a bit of an idea if you need any other triangle maybe, or if you want to keep it as it is. So this looks pretty good to me. And now it is time to decorate our fans. So you want to take a piece of lace and simply add it here, like so. And I like to make the lace just a little bit bigger than the actual piece. And then I'll simply cut 6 pieces in the same length. Then we'll attach the lace like so. And if you like, you can try to make a little ruffle here. You don't have to, but it is a nice touch. And repeat this with all of your triangles. When you see the lace lifting, simply add a little bit more glue. There are also laces that are already ruffled, but I don't have one here right now, so we'll make our own ruffles here. It was very common in the Regency era to use a fan to convey secret messages, a secret signal, if you will. Some of these signals were, for example, placing the fan against the left cheek. It was a gesture of a lady that would gently rest her closed or half open fan against her left cheek, holding it there while casting her gaze across the ballroom. The message was, "We are watched." This was a crucial signal used to warn a gentleman to alter his behavior immediately. It signaled that a sharp-eyed chaperone, a prying rival, or a gossiping member of the ton was observing their interactions, and any further flirtation must be strictly hidden. Or drawing the fan across the heart. The gesture was pressing the open fan flat against her chest and slowly drawing it across her bodice over her heart. The message was, "You have won my love." This was one of the most romantic and high-stakes gestures in the fan's vocabulary. It was a silent confession of deep affection and a secret vow meant only for the eyes of the one who held her heart, completely hidden from the rest of the unsuspecting ballroom. So I went ahead and I put lace on all of the pieces here, and you don't have to necessarily make a ruffle with your lace. That is just optional, really. But when you do, it is very helpful to, depending on the glue that you're using, to use tools to push the lace together and to just slowly let it dry and to take your time with making the ruffles. So the ruffles are definitely something that it looks so pretty. It's so worth it. But take your time. That's all I can say with that. So the next step is to arrange your pieces in the way that you would like this fan to fan out. Maybe there's a piece that didn't turn out as nicely as you wanted it, or maybe there's just a different design that you like better. Here's how I have laid out this particular one. And with this order now, I'm putting them all together on top of each other like so, because this is the way it would fan out, right? So this is how it would fan out. So I'm going to put them all together like so, and this is the important part. So you want to make sure that the tips of all of these pieces are all together, all lined up here at the point here. So because depending on the lace you're using, it might push itself a little bit. So make sure to really keep them together like this. And next you want to put your hole in this stack of triangles. So it's very helpful to have a piece of fairly dense foam here with your triangles lined up. You want to make a hole, put it definitely inward a little bit so it has enough hold. I would say maybe 1/2 inch, and then simply make a hole through this stack. You can also use a micro punch, either way. So it's okay if the paper bends a little bit because it's quite a stack of papers. So here you have your hole now, and while you hold this stack like so, you now want to add a little bread. I'm using this flathead bread because I have some options with that. And so before closing your bread, you have now different options that you can utilize. So you can close your bread, and when you do close your bread, make sure that the breads point this way and don't stick out from your stack, from your fan here, like so. So Now you have here your fan. So I'm going to keep this one fairly simple. So I'm going to put this pretty bow right on top of this. And I'm going to let this dry. So with this one, I'm going to use my hole punch, just so you see a different way of putting the hole in. So here are the 3 fans that we've made. Of course, you don't have to make 3. I just wanted to try all the different designs. And here are different decorating ideas. So we put a silk ribbon here and kept it very airy and delicate. This one has some pearls and a satin ribbon, and I put a little pearl here on the bread. And we have here the lace and the pearl and a satin ribbon. And for the gold one here again, I put the pearl and the satin ribbon. And I've put the link to this paper collection in the description. Now that our fan is complete, it's ready for the evening's festivities. But as the music begins in the great ballroom, not every whisper is about the dance. Join me this Friday as we assemble the heart of Signature 3 and uncover the secrets hidden within the layers of Rosewood Manor. I'll see you at the ball. Until then, I remain yours in lace and ribbons and with much love, Asara. Good day.